Bobby here. I wanted to take you on a little fishing trip with me. I am at Lago Montepulciano. This is my second time fishing this lake. For those of you that follow me, you may know I bought a fishing kayak a couple of months ago, and it's a pedal kayak. It pedals it like a bicycle, and it's got a propeller on it, and you steer it with one hand. It's a really nice fishing kayak. I moved here from Florida, and I'm used to fishing inland saltwater, brackish water. I fished that for 20 some odd years. I really haven't done any freshwater fishing since I was a kid, and since my kids were little kids. We take them fishing for perch and bass. So I'm trying to kind of rehone those skills, and I've not had any luck so far. I've caught one little bass, about 3.5 pounds, but I lost him at the boat, so I didn't get any pictures of that. And that was on Lago Montepulciano, and then I hooked into some other fish that I'm not really sure what it was. I ended up losing it. I never saw it, but I know it was a fish. So, and again, that was Lago Montepulciano. My first trip to Montepulciano, I had not even gotten a hit, nothing. So I came back today. I decided I was just gonna throw down the purple worm and see what happens. So I'm gonna narrate over this a little bit for you, and if you watch till the end, you'll see if I catch anything. But I do have some really cool pictures of things that I saw along the way on this fishing trip. So I decided here that this was just too pretty not to show on the camera. And the way I mounted the camera is I'd found this old ring camera mount, and I slightly modified it so it would fit in the rail system on the front of the kayak. And I can attach my DJI camera on the front, and it'll pivot and swivel, and basically will stay in place wherever I put it. So some of the kayak mounts that I found were way too expensive, and I had this old mount sitting in a box. So I was like, all right, let's see if I can make it work. So it worked great. But these Tuscan sunrises are amazing, and this is how people can say there's no such thing as a bad day fishing when you've got views like this in particular. So So this was the first time I'd gotten over to this part of the lake. Last time I didn't quite make it around this far, so I was hopeful there might be some bass in here. These clusters of reeds are out in the water, and I thought with the mist on the water, it was really cool. You could see right there that the little ring that popped up, that's carp. There's these lakes are full of golden carp, and it's a major food source in this area. They're full of golden carp. They're full of tench. They have yellow perch. They have pike, largemouth bass, and a myriad of other little fish and eels and things like that. So this was a marsh system, so it used to be massive, and a lot of it got drained off over the years, and so I just have this little reserve or preserve rather that's there. So this was a really good cast, but unfortunately all I snagged was the elusive tree bass. So I had to pedal in and get my my worm back. It is Texas rigged and on a sliding sinker. It shouldn't have snagged anything. I think the sinker is all that got hung up on probably a tree stump or something. But I went in, I got on the backside of it and got it back out. The thing I like about this kayak is that you can pedal it backward and it'll take you backward, obviously. Some of the push pedal kayaks that they don't go backward, they only go forward. So this is a little bit nicer in that sense. So here I decided to head back toward the other side of the lake and get into the sun because I was cold. The temperature on the lake was 60 degrees and it was cold. There's a little bit of a wind, a little bit of a breeze, just enough to keep me chilled. So I thought, well, let me get out in the sun. Maybe the bass are in the sun. Let's see what happens. So I pedaled back across about a 10-minute pedal and got over here where there's more of these reeds in the water. This time I'm fishing with a frog, a topwater frog, and I thought maybe I could get something to take the frog. It was really the only thing I hadn't tried in all my arsenal of baits that I have, artificials. I hadn't tried the rubber frogs yet, so the only thing I did with the frog is I almost caught a marsh bird. It flew down. It was so close. I was fortunately I was paying attention and I got the frog jerked away from it before it snagged it. So it thought it was real. So at this point, I'd pretty much decided I was going to call it a day. I was still pretty cold, and I'd been on the water since like 5:45 in the morning, and it's 8 o'clock by now. So I switched to my inline spinner over by where I put the kayak in, and I start to fish in this little area here, around some boats that are parked, and up by the there's an intake or an outlet pipe. I don't know what it does, but I was fishing this area. The first time I fished this lake, when I was done fishing, when I was coming back, there were a bunch of people on the place where I put the kayak in, and I couldn't get in there. They had all their lines out, so I had to go right here where these boats are, and I had to pull my kayak in and slide it up, and it was not pleasant. So today I parked my car where I put the kayak in, but it was good. Nobody was there ever. And here's the first fish I caught in Italy, and got to the boat.
Look at that. Look at that. I got a little bass. Hey, baby. Hang on. I got you in the boat. I'll take a picture. Hang on. Hang on. Where you at? Come here. My first bass.
So he's obviously a little one, but he was released back safely in the water and swam off, so he can live to fight another day. Hopefully he gets bigger, grows up, and maybe I'll catch him down the road in a couple of years. And I'll let him go again, because I don't eat bass. Too many other fish that are good. So one of the other things that's in the lakes here are nutria rats, and to look really close, you see the little dot swimming, and I'll put an arrow up where it's at, and it's just the head, but you see them all over, in and out of the reeds. They're everywhere. this is just one of the other cool things that I see when I'm on the lake. Sometimes there's a hot air balloon or a little flying airplane or helicopter. This was on a big zoom, so because he was way out in the way. But all right, I want to thank you for watching. I'll show you how I take the kayak down off of the car as well. I encourage you to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next Sunday. We just really needed to take a Sunday off and kind of do an easy video. For those of you that have YouTube content, you understand it takes a lot of time and effort to shoot these videos, to frame them how you want them, to edit them, and put them all together so we can present a decent product for you guys. And we don't monetize ours, so it's just for information and entertainment. Hope you enjoyed it, and again, I encourage you to like and subscribe.